Yo,
what's good, my boy?
What's poppin'?
That's on the neighborhood, cuz.
Say word.
What up?
Yo, what's poppin' with y'all ashy asses? Nico in the building making aunties bat them lashes. Okay, I'm just fooling, let me cool it. See y'all listening? Join us as we get these big ups to black excellence.
Okay.
News you can use to uplift your kinfolk and them. Feed them something different than that circus act on CNN. Just enough humor so it never be your bore. So welcome Mr. Martin, this is Ethnic-ish and more.
That's from the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. That's from the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.
Can you read? It say Ethnic-ish and more TV.
Richie just put me an A.
Yo, around the world like yo-yos, I'm always on the go, bro. This week I got a show flow, Tokyo to Kyoto, feels like I'm in Johto. Ramen hoodie, sport a promo, just check the logo. Shawty at the cafe with my wee-wee, tell her no, don't play games, Nintendo, they get blow. Super Gremlins got gizmos, I get dough as I get old. In my new favorite city with a split road. Shawty selling thirst traps, but I got a Genzo. Joey Willa ass niggas know what it is though. I'm ducked off in a card shop, rolling weed on hard tops, breaking glass of jar drops, Osaka just a bar hop, Uber to the far spot, let go of the people that wanna use me. What young nigga you know smoking weed on Mount Fuji? I do it, don't do me. If you don't like it, then sue me. I am who am, they asking who he. Not a local far from Mashubi, ramen and the sushi. Richie sent a new beat, so I can relate my travels. Take dabs, I never dabble. They threw bricks, I built a castle. Saying castles like I'm guard. Can't hide behind the money, just face it like mascara. Longboard and Akihabara, I mean habara. Excuse vocabulary, I ain't acting hard. Thoughts scattered like a magic card. You on a platinum card. Good music and they dapping hard. Cause I'm actually rapping hard. Been prepared. One pair in the quad, that's a trapezoid. Good vibe, I'm blasting noise. Hotter than an asteroid. Cruising through the galaxy. Don't comment if you mad at me. Don't comment if they rather be someone that they not. I consider that a loss. What I found out comes with a cost. That every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. No people get to acts and living on computers. Instead of while they're out in public, they can tag the places with the link right above it. Photographers know when it comes to the subject that the photo never does it justice. Now does it? So see the world, nigga. Yeah. Go see the world. Go see the world. Go see the world. Bring back some snacks while you at it. You gonna sing the hook on the outro?
Can you read? It say Ethnic-ish and more TV.
This time we gonna do it real smooth. Y'all ready? Look, okay, bottles on cool and we can make it a move. All my girls come in twos, I hate having to choose. Baby, we can drink up every time that we link up. Whisper in my ear all the freaky shit you could think of. Hennessy, no ice. Give it to a long days, late nights. Plus I know a lot of niggas hating, wanna get my spot. The whole club going crazy like Christian Rock.
Pour, we gon' drink. Give a fuck what they think. I've been thinking about you all week. Can't believe that you're here now. All I wanna hear now is 2 shots, V-side, keep me sloppy. Whisper in my ear, tell me how you wanna slide. Don't give a fuck who watching this, baby, let's get naughty. Call one of your friends up and maybe we can start a party. Getting nasty on me, tequila got a hold on. Yeah. She getting freaky on me, and the sea can't control it. Yeah. We not worried about a thing, cause we everything they ain't. We got money in the bank. When we link up, we gon' drink. We not worried about a thing, cause we everything they ain't. We got money in the bank. When we link up, we gon' drink all night. Yeah. All night. Yeah. We gon' all night. Yeah. All night. Yeah. When we link up, we gon' drink.
Catch me in a new spot, higher than the rooftop. Bartender, let me get around like Tupac. Already lit, imagine when the crew drop. Keep me on the mind flow tighter than the tube top. I be on my Snoop shit, nothing but a G thing. About to buy everybody a drink like T-Pain. You can let your hair down, drinks in the air now. Maybe later me and your body can have a stir down. Okay, vodka, Remy, Patron, party until it's gone. Mixing up that limon, that Casa take you home. Pour it and pour it strong, she just love all of my songs. She just wanna get drunk with her friends and sing along. Hey, we keep it G-Do, twisted off for the Tito. Do that thing, make a nigga sing like CeeLo. Shit, and shorty living single like Maxine. Now I got her hot, taking shots like the vaccine.
We not worried about a thing, cause we everything they ain't. We got money in the bank. When we link up, we gon' drink. We not worried about a thing, cause we everything they ain't. We got money in the bank. When we link up, we gon' drink all night. Yeah. All night. Yeah. We gon' all night. Yeah. All night. Yeah. When we link up, we gon'
Yeah, one more track, y'all.
Yeah. Matter of fact, get one more shot. We going home tonight. You going with me? You ain't gotta make a decision too fast. We got all night.
We go.
Be back.
Can you read? It say Ethnic Issue More TV.
Last one, y'all.
I'll be laughing all the
Let me
way
see them comments, man.
laughing all the way to the bank, 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 I'm laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, play something else. Something not.
Laughing all the ways to the bank, laughing all the ways to the bank. Told them that the vision getting clearer, living on the opposite of fame. Feeling like Sinatra to be frank, or maybe like a doctor growing dank. Marijuana plant about the bloom, got a couple days till it's stank. Laughing all the ways to the bank, laughing all the ways to the bank. Told them that the vision getting clearer, living on the opposite of fame. Feeling like Sinatra to be frank, or feeling like a doctor growing dank. Marijuana plant about the boom, got a couple days till it's stank. Missions elevating through the ranks, and to them other niggas I'm a tank. Record broken once I break the bank, running after anything green. The fuck you doing out here chasing skanks? You pulling pistols like you pulling pranks. Homeboy can hit them with a flank, finding out your shit be full of blanks. I'm harder than a 20-minute prank. Niggas get a little full of self like a truck with only 20 in the tank. Believers always hit you with the can, the haters always hit you with the cane. Everybody ever making money, never knock another nigga hustle. Knock on wood, so would you get a drink? Laughing all the ways to the bank, laughing all the ways to the bank. bank. Told them that the vision getting clearer, living on the opposite of fame. Feeling like Sinatra to be frank, or maybe like a doctor growing dank. Marijuana plant about to bloom, got a couple days till it's stank. Laughing all the ways to the bank, laughing all the ways to the bank. Told them that the vision getting clearer, living on the opposite of fame. Feeling like Sinatra to be frank, or feeling like a doctor growing dank. Marijuana plant about to boom, got a couple days till it's stank. Only made $100 a day. I say next week you make 100,000. 100,000 can turn 100 mil. I got time for niggas pushing smiles, not for those who laughing cause you miles or maybe towns away from being up. Laughing at the picture on your product, laughing that you only sold a pound. High highs at your empty building. I'ma learn to buy it 2 times. The idea was on his 5th round. Why the hell you tried 2 times? Tell him put the fucking 5th down. The prison of the losses at a shank, depending on that little 9 to 5, but saying I'm the one who getting gang. Laughing all the ways to the bank, laughing all the ways to the bank. Told them that the vision getting clearer, living on the opposite of fame. Feeling like Sinatra to be frank, or maybe like a doctor growing dank. Marijuana plant about to bloom, got a couple days till it's stank. Laughing all the ways to the bank, laughing all the ways to the bank. Told them that the vision getting clearer, living on the opposite of fame. Feeling like Sinatra to be frank, or feeling like a doctor growing dank. Marijuana plant about to boom, got a couple days till it's stank.
Symptoms. We can't ever forget that the social determinants are really what's driving a lot of this. So the research that I'm doing now, and a lot of it was done in Detroit, the younger guys in our groups, our research groups, are talking about the loss of hope for the future. So hopelessness is one of the big problems. Hopelessness is, by the way, another indicator of depression, can be. But in my opinion, it's the lack of economic opportunity coupled with poor educational preparation that is saying to many of our young men that they're not seeing a positive future.
Facts to all of that hoopla, man. I ain't got the clappy sound, so I'll make my own clappy noise for the goddamn night. You know, we usually got the buttons and shit. I ain't even think about hooking the mixer up. I was like, I don't feel like doing all that.
Hey, I feel you.
It won't work out there, but man, welcome back to another episode of Ethnic Ifsham More. I know it's been a minute, y'all. We on episode 22 of season 2. It's just been a whole damn mess. I mean, it's been a whole lot of hoopla.
Yeah, bro. I don't think they realize what stopped the show. Like we planned for a little small break in there, but two weather delays, internet delay.
It seemed like everything that could go wrong went wrong, but we wasn't gonna let y'all go another damn week without providing y'all with that wonderful shit we call postal podcasting. And for those that are new, that means rain, sleet, or snow.
We in this hole.
We gonna make sure y'all get all the good news, grooves, and everything else we got going, man. If y'all tapped in at the beginning, man, those videos I kicked off. Shout out to my homie Just Rich. He kicked off with Midday Martyrer. Then the following video was my homie Thriller Thrill featuring Xavier Piles with Link Up. And then the last one we just played was my homie Terrell Villers with Laughing to the Bank. All videos shot by your boy, Ethnic Ifsham More TV. You can book me for your video needs. Shameless plug. I ain't seen the video in a while, and that's really only because we ain't at the studio to where I would have played some music. So I figured let me go ahead and go back old school with it. Throw a couple music videos in that motherfucking thing, man. How you doing, Paz?
Hey, man, I'm great, brother, man. Hey, one hell of a schedule. It seemed like we thought moving to Tuesday nights would be a good move. And it seemed like everybody's been on Tuesday nights this year, man.
It's been throwing me off, man. It's just like, how you, like, the snow and the ice and all of that. I'm like, we probably could have made it through. I'm like, we probably would have got there cool. I wasn't finna deal with trying to come back home.
Yeah.
In that shit.
That was, you know, and driving a SUV is cool, but it ain't necessarily my driving I'm worried about. It's the other motherfuckers, you know.
But, and that's what I'll be telling people. Shout out to my worthy brother Deontay, man. Out there. Shout out Square, man. We miss you out here, bro. Come on home, man. Come
Bro,
on.
it's you.
You've seen it's been a lot of. I don't even know. I ain't even gonna go there.
Hey, man. You know, I told myself I wasn't gonna talk about no foolishness tonight, but I have a feeling I've had a couple drinks, so I have.
Look, I'm finna go refill up. I'm finna go play. I've been drinking wine. I can't listen. I ain't fucking with no hard liquor no more because of your worshipful master. I mess around. He hit me up, man. He needed something, so I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'll be out and about. Let me make this move, and I'll slide on you."
Yeah.
You know, he the move in between us now. So I'm
Yep.
like, "Worship by me, man. We ain't kicked it and just chopped it up in a minute." And so I go over there, man. What turned into me thinking I'm finna come over there for 5-10 minutes. I probably was there for about 2 hours, damn near. And 7 shots later of tequila on an empty stomach. It was a slippery slope from the time mind you, this is the day I went over there. Is the day we got all that snow, that 50, 60 miles per hour wind shit.
Yeah,
that shit ripped my damn temp tag off.
Yeah.
It's expired, but it ripped my shit off, and I'm upset because I'm like, look, I'm already doing wrong. You finna make me do further wrong.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, you know what's crazy? Shout out to Worsh, man. Because one thing about Worsh, bro legit will. All he gotta do is start talking, and it don't mean it. It could be about every little thing under the sun. It could be about women. It could be about life. It could be about masonry. It could be about so many things. And bro is gonna have you on one. And hell, me and him chopped it up about religion one day, bro. And by the time we were done talking, I was trying to study the duas of Islam.
Hey, bro, listen. That's why I rock. Me and Dave, since I done met Dave. First of all, shout out to brother Aaron Taylor out of Acacia Lodge number 39 in Michigan. Most worshipful Prince Hall, Grand Lodge of Michigan.
Hey, man. Hey, shout out to Acacia Lodge, man. Hey, Michigan is that deal. I got a lot of family up there. Shout out to brother John Solomon, brother Corey Edge, sister. Damn, I'm having a brain fart. I can't think of my cousin's name right now. Jeanette Rain, Janine Valentine, man. Shout out to a lot of good. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know anybody in Detroit until I started going to Brofest, man.
Okay.
And when I went to Brofest, man, the bros down in Detroit literally would come down from Detroit in 2 charter buses. And when I tell you, you have not kicked it on whether it be just on some brotherhood shit, some Mason shit, some turtle shit. You have not kicked it until you've kicked it with family from Detroit. That ain't Solo is that guy. Shout out to that brother, man. And when I tell you, I got
the brother I need to meet.
For those brothers, man, and those sisters, man, they show a lot of love. Hell, I met Jeanette and Janine at Brofest, and them my cousins.
Hell no.
You know, and so, man, shout out to Detroit, man. I might have to make my way up there because I definitely got a lot of love for D-Town.
Oh yeah, I got some. Shout out to my homeboy Juice, man. I got some good people from college, from Lincoln area, out in the Detroit area, Ypsilanti, all that. I got a good college friend in Grand Rapids, man. I've been in Grand Rapids twice. So
yeah, I got
to Michigan.
One of my frat brothers, as a matter of fact, my boy B Davis, man. Shout out to Brian Davis, man. He a Mason up there. I think he a past master up there. Okay. But his blood brother was a Mason in Iota, and that's how we met. We met one day on some Mason stuff, and he was like, "You Iota?" He was like, "My blood brother was one, and his brother had passed away." And so he was the first brother where he had showed me a tomb of a headstone that was like Manny's. And how he had both the square and compass and the shield on there, and I was just like, "Hey, bro, that's dope. Like, I'm gonna have to do that. Like, I'm gonna have to make sure my family take care of me like that when I go." You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Detroit, man. Shout out to Michigan as a whole. Michigan made Iotas. I rock with them hella tough, bro. Them some of the toughest bros in the frat across all 50 states. So,
okay.
Got a lot of love for Michigan, bro.
Michigan got some good people, just all love. I ain't never met somebody from the Michigan area I ain't really rock with.
Hey, facts, man. My couple of my friends from college, man. Shout out to man, they from Southfield. They from Southfield. I remember the high school name. It was Lathrop because they talked about that motherfucker all the time, man. So I got a lot of love for them. A lot of love.
My first 2 college roommates was from Buchanan, Michigan. They had both. It was 3 of them. They all had came to Robert Morris together. Then I had one, Terrell, and then he moved after a semester, got homesick. Then Brad moved in my room. I had Brad for maybe a quarter or 2. And then I had the room to myself. I was living it up downtown Chicago, the 27th floor dorm apartment by myself.
Sounds like foolishness.
Listen,
regret.
I don't know about the regret. The only thing I regret is I ain't go a little harder. Because I went hard. So for me to say I could have went harder says a lot because I went entirely too. I was a young 19-year-old dude with a 27th floor view looking over downtown Chicago with no roommate and a king size bed once I put them dorm beds together.
Oh man, hey, they don't understand about putting them twin beds together. How much you can have with the boy.
And you gotta get smart. You gotta get smart and buy the King XL sheet.
Yep.
Just the stretchy joint. Because I've tried the 2 twins. Now, just remember, you can't, even though you got that king size sheet, you can't lay in the middle.
No,
because the beds will separate. I've had a time or 2, not for the show. Look, oh my mom, I done fell asleep in the middle of one of the beds, woke up, that bed started separating. I thought it was an earthquake in that motherfucker. I didn't know what was going on, man.
Hey, man. Hey, before we get into our foolishness tonight, hey man, I gotta give a lot of love and a shout out to the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Ladies,
shout out to Xi Zeta, Phi Nu Zeta, 2 alumni chapters here. Shout out to Phi Alpha chapter, which is the undergrads at Harris Stowe. Shout out to Zeta Rho, man. I know Zeta Rho has perished as a chapter, but long live Zeta Rho for all those Zetas and they know who I'm talking about. So got a lot of love there.
If I ain't incorrect, they Xi Zeta?
Xi Beta.
Xi Beta. I knew it was Xi.
Yeah, shout out. I gotta shout out Xi Beta up at LU, Delta Q, Epsilon Alpha at Tennessee State. So shout out to all those chapters, man. Got a lot of love for Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, man. That's
turns up at the little kicker.
Hey man, man, shout out to brother Will, man. Will was like, hey man, we want to go support the Zetas tonight? Say less, bro. My new role as chapter president for the IOTAs, man, I had to go be visible, make sure IOTAs were seen at their Founders Day event. So went ahead and stopped by both events. Hey, if you ain't never been to Love, bro, it's actually off Lindbergh. So you know where Lindbergh, you get off on Lynn Haven, like you going down, like when you in Hazelwood, you going down Lindbergh towards 270.
Yeah.
And it's a little cut off here where it looked like it's like a little plaza down on the side.
Yeah.
It's down there, man. It's a dope little spot, man.
Okay.
It's that right amount of hood that you're looking for.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? They had the waitresses dressed appropriately.
Okay.
Had it was a hood spot, so they had the drinks pouring correctly, but they had like a little heater thing going on the inside. That was a little different for me.
Right.
But the DJ was vibe
like a hot heater,
like the hot heater with the fire that I could see.
On the inside of the building?
On the inside of the building, fam. With the propane tank.
That sounds like a hazard.
That sounds like it's illegal.
It definitely sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Hey, bro, I was just like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that don't sit right with my spirit. I was with you. I was finna be a patron until do y'all have to turn this on? I know about them outside, which makes sense in the code. This shit really work.
Yeah. Oh, I literally want one for my deck, bro.
Hey, bro, I don't blame. Like, man, I did a shout out to Mega Lux, man. I had to do this wedding one time, far out in some boonies type shit. And when we get there, we ain't realize the shit was outside. And I'm thinking, like, and this is when it was in what, maybe end of October, middle of October. So it's starting to get a little cool and shit. But this day happened to be a colder night. And I ain't had no coat, none of that shit. I'm rushing because of somebody else, but I wasn't planning on working until we realized the wind was blowing. So we gonna need at least 2 people holding this thing down while somebody push the picture, because the way they got it set up, the wind is gonna knock this shit over. So now I'm stuck having to be outside in the cold, no coat on, arms in my sleeve, trying to hold this shit together. I ain't even got no uniform on, like, because I literally was coming to set this shit up, sit in the van, take a nap, and then leave out. And the only thing motherfucker saved me was the fact that they had them things outside on full blast. And that shit is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
When it's like, when you know it's supposed to be working, shit is next level.
Oh, yeah. I've been like, hey, I done been through some shit. I remember I went to back in March, the Stogie Gang, which is a cigar club.
Mm-hmm.
They threw like a black tie affair. I was in a tux, and they had one of them mugs outside, and you know it was one of them nights where it had been hot every weekend in March.
Definitely.
This weekend it was cold as shit outside.
Sound about right. That's how we got here. Like right now, it's below zeros, all this shit. Next week, it's gonna be high 40s and raining. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to. You can't even put your motherfucking winter clothes up or your summer clothes up. I've been confused for 4 years since I moved here. I haven't packed up no type of clothing, and I keep like, damn, I'll just be having too much shit. It's like, nah, I'm not separating shit like I used to back in the day and putting one up in the closet when the seasons made sense. And a nigga just be confused every morning.
Hey, bro just asked me. He was like, I got out the car. He was like, "You ain't got no coat?" I'm like, "Well, at this point, you know, I'm already fat. So, you know, when you're fat."
Boy, listen, I thought the same thing till I went outside. I'm laying in the bed and I hear the trash. I'm like, fuck, I forgot all about trash today because we had virtual today.
Yeah.
That was another ghetto topic within itself. And I put my hoodie on, had my shorts on, just ran outside. It was cool. Like, I could feel the sun. I'm like, oh, it's not that bad out here. Boy, that motherfucking wind blew. I'm like, oh, the Hawk is still real. Oh, yeah. That motherfucker slapped the back of my leg. Like, quit fucking playing with me. I'm like, bro, I was running in the house fastest. I got Timberlands on, no sock, the snow in my shoe. I'm upset. Like, as soon as I get in the crib, I'm like, bro, they could have kept that shit, man.
Hey, man, I'm already here. I'm already hip, man. But what else going on with you, brother? What else? I heard you say virtual, man. What's going on with you?
I mean, so as a support staff member, luckily I wasn't tasked with the calling, popping in these grades, see who name you don't see, then call these mamas and shit. I'm glad they ain't make me do that. But I had to sit in 5th grade, and the 5th grade teacher was struggling, trying to bring us into class. And now I'm thinking, y'all niggas just did virtual right before I started working there. We should have this down to a science. Maybe it's been a couple years since the virtual. It's been about a year, 2 since doing virtual. So I can see the confusion. But I'm like, the kids in the chat, they slow because they don't realize the chat. They think they talking in privately. I can tell them like, hey, yo, I can read this. Stop typing. I'm trying to warn them. They going off on each other. I'm like, hey, like they asking me stupid stuff. Now I'm in the mix of the chat. I'm like, they like Mr. A. I'm like, Mr. A not here no more. Stop talking to me. I'm like, hey, I've been in one of y'all classes. I ain't doing shit for the rest of the day. I'm just trying. I spent more time trying to get into a class than I did actually just see. And I'm literally just in there so they could say I was logged in or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and I thought we was gonna have it. I was hoping we had it tomorrow too, but it ain't looking bright.
Yeah, we didn't have school at all today. Our kids were already off because we had a PD today, and then but they ended up canceling PD. Thank God, because I wasn't going anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like not in this. I was like, nah, I ain't going. But you know, so tomorrow the second semester begins at my school, so I'm interested to see how that's gonna go.
Shit, man, we've been at school. This like our third week back at school type shit. We've been back since the third.
Yeah, you know, so we came back and we had finals and shit. So it's been different for us. But you know, hey man, I said I wasn't gonna bring this up, bro.
What you gonna bring up?
You already know I'm bringing it up. I ain't gonna put it out there obvious, but I'm gonna just say I gotta talk about it, bro.
Hold on. Give a light introduction into this as I go refill it from my red cup.
All right. So you know, to all our listeners and followers, you know, I'm a part of multiple organizations, as y'all know. You know, shout out to Iota Phi Theta Fraternity. This is my 20th year in Iota this year. 20 years. And for Masonry, it's 15 years. And I've reached quite a bit of status in both of those organizations. I've been a regional officer in Iota, a chapter officer. I've been a past master, deputy, the Grand Lodge officer in Masonry. And I really have been I've been tasked with something that's been on my heart these last couple days. And what it is that this new movement of people who are members of these organizations denouncing these organizations in favor or in the name of allegiance to religion and the Lord, and using that as their basis of denouncing. But when they denounce, they try to act like the relationships are supposed to still be there that you built on the fraternal aspect. And I've seen it happen not just in my organization, in both my organizations, to be honest, because I've seen it happen in Iota as well as now in Masonry. I've seen it happen in sororities, you know, but
other fraternities,
other organizations, you know, and I'm not gonna go too far into what happened, but I'll say this: the moment you choose to say that what bond we have, the reason we know each other, the reason we're in each other's lives, is no longer fitting for you. When you, God telling me to walk away from this organization, God telling you to walk away from me too, fam.
Hey,
I'm a firm believer in the moment you choose that, and you no longer respect my organization and the years that not only I put in, but the organization's foundation, its founders, its people who have given their lives to this organization. You gave us a hearty fuck you, so I'm giving you a hearty fuck you too.
And how can I'm trying to see where I can go in this without. I mean, because of course I don't need to say no names.
Yeah.
And the first thing I said when I encountered said individual, because like I told him, I was the first person. I got the initial phone call. And I was taken aback. I ain't gonna say super surprised. Now, had I known some more pressing information that I was later privy to, speaking with other brothers, I would have saw it coming. And we'll talk about that. We don't touch on it in chat, but we can talk about that when we stop.
Okay.
But it was kind of like taken back on my first initial thought, which I always think is like, what brought this on as of now? And to me, any other response out of something that you conjured in your mind yourself is null and void to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean null and void as in no, you can't leave, because by means, I would rather it's quality over quantity. Always. I would, yeah. And I mean, bro, I felt the same way too, bro. It's like I was shocked, but then it's like I ain't shocked just because of how people move.
Yeah.
I don't put nothing past nobody. But to allow somebody else to get into your mind and tell you their story of doing something similar, and you using that as the catalyst for yourself, because then at this point it was like you went through everything that you needed to alleviate any thoughts you had in your head.
Mm-hmm.
What's the word, Tez? What's the word, Tez? Shout out my bro Tez, man. One of the best fat rapper in the Lou. Best fat rapper in the Lou, man. But it was like one of them things when I was talking to somebody about it after I got in the lodge. And the first thing they kind of said, like, bro, I heard all the devil worship. And I'm like, well, bro, you agree. A lot of the foundations are similar. So if you think I'm a devil worshiper, you got to kind of look. It's like having a mirror in your face.
Yeah.
And I said, even if you thought that, the two things that should lead you to believe, the one thing, you know me. Me and you have had enough personal talks in life. You know I'm not with no shit like that. I may not be in church every Sunday, but you know me from personal. I have a relationship with God. I know for a fact I'm not going to do nothing that go make me question anything of that nature. Same, and that's the same thing Kobe told me, because I never even questioned it. But when Kobe was like, shit, bro, you know, I was like, it's some crazy shit. He's like, bro, I ain't gonna say crazy, but you know I wouldn't put you in harm's danger.
Exactly.
You know I fucks with you enough to never put no where I thought it would question anything that you possibly believed in.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of look at it like that. It's like, bro, you done had these talks. You done had numerous talks. You can't say something is not of God when damn near everything we do in a lodge requires the presence of the higher power.
It literally says, before you got any degree, and bros,
I said on the phone the other day.
The first thing you do is pray. The first thing you do. I can't have an open meeting if that book not open. You know,
look, before you even get to go deep into the part that gets you your degree and get you obligated, the worshipful master at the time says this is not going to interfere with your God, your family. You know it verbatim. I don't know it verbatim.
You know,
but it don't interfere with nothing. It say your God first for a reason. Right. That's how you know he was there physically, but not mentally. Because I'm like, bro,
agree.
We pray. We got to pray before we even have SOI. Bro, you got to pray. Hold on. You got to pray before you take on any laudable undertaking.
And that's anything we do. Lodge meeting, you know, functions, whatever it is we have.
Well, think about it in the sense, you're even learning it from that in Masonic says you do that in life. I pray before I eat my food.
Exactly.
I may go do some crazy shit. I'm like, Lord God, be like, you traveling grace and mercies. Like
we know before we get on the highways and byways. We know before we get into it, we may go into a situation that we may not have all the answers. And we say, hey, God, watch over me as I go to this.
Facts.
Do this, because I don't know what harm or danger could be lurking as I do that.
Right. And that's your laudable undertaking at that time.
And you know, I'm going to tell you, bro, back in 2008 at Lincoln University.
I already know what you've been talking about.
Hey, you already know I done been through this before.
I already know what you've been talking about.
When you called me and told me, you notice how I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey,
because I've been there. I had, and I mean the exact same thing. Let me burn my stuff, and I'm gonna do it, bro.
that's a theatric.
You let someone else. You told a bunch of men in your vulnerable state that this is what you loved, and then you let someone talk you out of that while remaining in theirs. That part. They must forgot I know who they was talking to.
Yeah, but the crazy, and that's crazy. My thing is, look, as my song, if God know what you want before you pray, why do we pray? Ooh. I ain't gonna say that in a sense, but I've said before when I do something, I'm like, the Lord knew I was gonna do it. I was always told He was able to hear, see all of that before I did what I was gonna do. So me doing it, I'll be like, the Lord knew I was gonna do that.
And so I would say to that statement, it's not that the Lord didn't know. Sometimes the Lord also directs our paths, and the Lord puts sometimes the conviction on our heart to make sure that we believe that we want to do that.
It's discernment.
You know, it's no different than they're saying, hey, you know what? I know my wife cooked this food. I know my wife not trying to kill me, but I'm gonna still pray for it. Not only am I gonna pray for the food as nourishment, I'm gonna pray for the hands that prepared it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I if I do something for my wife and she don't say thank you, that does not mean she's not thankful. That just means at that moment she didn't say the words. So sometimes the words are just affirmation.
And like, bro, it's like, and the crazy part is, it ain't even one of them type of conversations where I want to sit down and hear, and not even just him, but just hear the logic behind it. Because I know when I read what I read between multiple sources of people, I can tell nothing that you were spewing came from you.
Right.
It came from who told you said information. I'm like, damn, if that nigga told you jump off the bridge, was you going? If he told you the Lord said you need to go jump off the bridge right now to declare your faith, are you going to go do that? Or are you going to sit there and use the discernment to be like, that shit don't make no sense?
Yeah. Especially, no, so here's my statement with that. If the Lord came to me and said do it, I'm gonna do it because the Lord told me. But if a representation, if my pastor came, because if my pastor states to me, you know, I've seen those churches where you got to have a membership or you got to pay tithes to be a part. Why? Why is it I can't live my normal life outside of here? You know, hell, you don't want the fraternity or the sorority to control my life. You just want to control it.
I agree. Why are we programmed to believe a lot of things? Most of it have no sign of evidence. Listen, I 1,000% agree. And that ain't even got nothing to do with just solely God or religion. It's just so much stuff that we were told when we were young and held clearly as adults. That just lets you know, they say your mind don't develop into a certain age into your 20s, like fully. For dudes, same thing for women. It's just like there's nothing somebody could tell me, not even just about this order, just there's nothing somebody could tell me where I'm finna 100% just believe it. Like, I'm at the stage where I'm done falsely believing shit without doing my own research.
Yep.
I heard everything under the sun about joining the Masonic order, but all I heard was hearsay. I didn't read into that shit. Because I'm like, I don't need, because usually that rhetoric come from a motherfucker who either tried to get in and couldn't do it, or just heard it from somebody else. We're using the middleman to continuously pass that shit down instead of doing our own. I'm like, bro, just get in for yourself. Or because honestly, everything I went through, you can literally Google that shit.
You know what's crazy, man? One of my most viewed, I got one video on TikTok that's over 5,000 views, bro. And it was in response to a young lady who she wasn't denouncing. She was just saying how all these organizations are of the devil, etc. And it's like, but when I went back and looked at her videos, and you know, I'm one of those people. Before I just jump at what you say, I'm gonna go back and do my research, like you said. And one of her videos stated that she had tried to join the sorority and they denied her. And I said, well, damn, you tried to get in, they denied you, and now all of a sudden it's devil worship. I said, it sounded like to me you mad because you didn't get in. And I was like, then and looking at this situation, you got someone who I'm gonna be real, you got somebody who did not only do their research, but they were very impressionable.
Very.
And I don't want to call them gullible, but very impressionable.
Gullible.
You know, and in that impression, they took it as not nobody in our circle showed him anything that was different from what we were supposed to be. It came from who he had a closer bond with, saying, oh, well, I see it differently now, and you got to do it my way.
That's exactly what it sounds like. If you want to be 100% in this, you got to give up X, Y, and Z. Yeah. So cults do. I'm not saying you in a cult. I'm just saying that's how cults operate.
Indeed.
And it's just, that shit just crazy to me. Just logic. And then I was just like, at least be man enough to like call niggas. Like when you finally make the deal. Because I was going to have a phone call before it happened. I wasn't going to call after I saw the message in the group. And I was just like,
bro, I got the message. Like, I talked to you, Wednesday? And then Dave sent me a message on Saturday or whatever day that was. And he was just like, yeah, I'm going to put this in your realm because I have a feeling this is kind of more you than anything.
And that's why I was trying to steer it. That's when I got the call. That's why I text you. Because, bro, I'm at Skate King. I'm literally finishing up my L. I'm finna put it out to see the phone. I'm like, the fuck? And so I'm like, thinking it's an emergency. I'm like, damn, I'm finna have to leave this skating ring, go help somebody do something. And then I get that. And I'm just like, I'll talk for like 10, 15 minutes. Like, just kind of giving up my point of view. And I'm just like, the crazy part is for somebody to tell me they did this because their family member was a part. And your family member was the exact same thing as the person who told you to leave this. Mm-hmm. You know more than said person. I'm like, you ain't even been in long enough to say this is I know you ain't doing no everything. I know from the time after wage night when they was doing all that in the chat, I know that you was a Google nigga.
Yeah.
Because the shit you was saying wasn't made no shit I had never even heard of.
Yeah, and you know, unfortunately, you know, time told the truth. Time told the real, and
he won't be there in the first place for real.
He shouldn't have been, and hence the reason where we both stand when it comes to the future. You know,
no donation.
Like, hey, I'm cool. I'm cool. Maybe in my latter years, I got into the space where I'm like, you know what, everybody deserves a chance, and maybe I need to be a little bit more like, hey, you know what. Nah, I need a year's worth of test of fidelity first.
Oh no, bro. I'm past that. And being that I got, I'm not saying I ain't never had an input, but I got a little more input into that now. Because if I decide not to assemble the crew so we could go in there and teach, y'all niggas gonna do it on your own. I'm like, y'all don't even show up to this. So I know you're not going to take the time on your own. There's only so many people I know would teach on their own. Yep. And I feel capable of doing it. I'm not saying I'm the know-all, but I know I was taught well enough to be that the ones before me don't have to sit in this room and watch over making sure I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing, right? Yeah. That's why my boy Deontay go. Because that was like, that's where I was leading. And I was like, he's going to be the one doing this soon.
Yeah. And it's, you know, and of course, masonry comes behind your family, your credit.
Always.
And so I wish that brother the absolute best, you know, in terms of his laudable undertakings. And I'm talking about Deontay.
I know.
I just hate that, you know, for us, that's going to require us to kind of step up. But it's going to be on a different term now. you know, it's gonna be on different terms. It got to be some changes made, and we've also discussed that. And so, you know, I ain't gonna give that nigga too much more time. And I know somebody probably watching like, damn, why you a nigga now? Because I don't know that nigga no more.
I mean, it is it. Like I told, I'm like, hey, bro, as a man, black man, I love you, but I gotta know where I gotta keep you at this point because you know too much for me.
Yeah, and it's not even that because I know some niggas who could Google the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not even.
Hold on. He said, I'm coming back, y'all. I'll be back in 2 weeks. I got a driver for down here. I'm back in the mix. Let's go. Let's get it.
I can't wait till you come home, brother, because we need you.
Yeah, we need some good brotherhood nights, man. Sit down and plan the future. Not saying our future is grim, but I know for damn sure I won't waste my motherfucking time again.
Yeah.
Especially with somebody who barely was the slacker.
That part.
I'm like, how you the slacker? You want to go do all this other shit.
It's funny you say that.
You not coming to the stuff you need to be at. You not as far as like cool. I'm appreciative of the work you put in afterwards, showing up, helping out. Cool. That's 10% of that shit. I need I need all of it, my nigga.
What's funny is if I can go back to when we first started doing things that way, it's always the slacker that creates that. It's always that one candidate, and I just be like, you know what? You're gonna make me sit down and create a list. And I guarantee you, if I go through the headache, the slacker, they're either on some bullshit or not around.
Yeah, I can believe it. Cause it's always the most problematic motherfucker that caused the most disarray. Cause I'm like, cause shout out my brother Cam, man. We talked, I called him the day after or that same night. We talked for a good 30, 40 minutes. Just cause I'm like, you a little closer to the situation.
Yeah.
And motherfucker said they had them phone calls and was talking to people telling them getting attitudes. And I'm like, well, bro, you can't get mad about what I'm saying at this point. Cause we all went through the same shit.
Yep.
Where in your mind did you feel like something did? Like the first question I asked you when I pumped to your house, do you believe in God? Because if you don't, I'm leaving. So how is I'm not of God when I will leave if you don't believe in God?
I really think that question needs to be revised. And the reason I say that is because we ask that question. We say, hey, do you believe in God? And we try not to ask them what they refer to God as or anything like that out of fear of, you know, changing the way somebody believes religion. But I really feel like we brothers don't realize how serious we are about that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we I wish we as an organization, nationwide, worldwide, defended ourselves a little more versus just saying, hey, y'all can think what you want to think. We continue to
argue with madmans and fools.
You know, but I really think that we should go in and try to defend ourselves, because what's happening is we allow fools to change minds of gullible people. And unfortunately, you know,
and the crazy part is the mind was fully changed before even having a dialogue. I'm like, you didn't even get an opportunity. Because nigga, people could go scripture, and that's what I know people be brainwashed in a sense where the first thing you want to do is try to go scripture for scripture. I'm like, bro, how you gonna go scripture about something that utilizes scriptures? There's nothing. When I say there's literally nothing, it makes sure that don't involve the Bible. That's just the crazy part. Now, if this ain't for me, like I thought. Well, bro, you ain't got to denounce this letter. Bro, just don't pay your dues next time. Fizzle out, don't come around.
Right, the rest of them.
That's literally what you could do.
Hey, bro, no disrespect. I'm hungry as shit. So
me too.
We smashing.
Oh, no, bro. Look, I've been looking at my phone trying to order DoorDash for the longest.
Wait, look, the wife just bought dinner in here. I was like, hey.
What your ass got?
Hey, dog, she made these fire ass turkey burgers, dog.
Ooh, the motherfuckers look good.
And these little baby ass tater tots and shit.
Ain't nothing like a good tater tot. Shout out to the potatoes doing what they supposed to do for the community. I'd rather
She
talk about
toasted
potatoes.
the bun. She even toasted the bun like they do at the Waffle
Shout
House.
out to sis out here. She living in 2025 right now.
Yeah.
We stuck. They said you got to be. You think of small, you got to be thinking big.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
mood. Man. But while we worried about
Yeah.
the other people that don't make me know, never mind. Past.
Yeah.
What's your Black History Fact of the Week?
Hey man, shit. Zeta Phi Beta was founded.
Easy. Lemon Peas. Shout out to the Zetas, man. Shout out to Byron Hallman. Tapped into us on YouTube right now.
Hey, so Zeta Phi Beta. So as y'all know, we ain't had a show in a couple weeks. So January, I'm sure if you're on social media, you have seen numerous Happy Founders Day messages. A bunch of people. Out of the 9 members of the National Panhellenic Council, or as you may call it, the Divine Nine, 5 organizations was founded in January. Kappa Alpha Psi was founded January 5th, 1911 at Indiana University by 10 men. Then you got January 9th, the men of Phi Beta Sigma founded January 9th, 1914 at Howard University by 3 men there. Then you have January 13th, 1913, 22 women founded Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated at Howard University. January 15th, 9 women founded Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated on 1908 at Howard. And then January 16th, Zeta Phi Beta was founded by 5 women at Howard University. And so, yeah, so shout out to all of the January Founders Day. That's my Black History Fact.
Shout out to all of y'all. And as y'all know, man, I like to do my wonderful. What you need? Good night. That's all I'm going to be.
Yeah,
but as y'all know, man, I like to do my wonderful numerology corner. I've been sitting on this one for a month.
For weeks.
Damn near since January 9th. We ain't get to employ it, man, but it's for the number 22. The number 22 has the vibrations of number 2, which are felt twice. The number 2 signifies a higher purpose and spiritual enlightenment. It also symbolizes relationships, balance, diplomacy, and duality, among others. Number 22 is a master number, and it symbolizes emotions, balance, independence, harmony, adaptability, evolution, and expansion, and philanthropic, among other meanings. This angel number is one of power and accomplishments. The guidance of this number shows that you are a spiritual being with a greater purpose in this life. I think that's a deep meaning. Take it how you want to. Use it how you want. I didn't feel like re-looking it up. I could have found something short. I pretty much kept everything from prior to, because clearly we know how to expand some time talking. We'll never get to that part in time. Shout out to Sis on 22 is one of my favorite numbers.
Hey, you know it's funny, man. Since you were watching the show in there,
shout out, brother Saint.
Since you watching the show, can you bring me something to drink?
I'm hollering. My brother's parched, sis. Since you tuned in, shout out, brother Saint, Doctor Saint Rice, man, in the building, man.
And you know, and we need to. I'm gonna just be real. We need to have an episode where we bring Dr. Saint on, man. Talk about what he's doing, no more hiding, and you know, just what he has going on. But he has. I'm gonna be 100% transparent with bro. He's one of the true examples of manhood that I know, and you know, he's one of those brothers that 100%, no matter what you're dealing with, when you're dealing with him, you're gonna get some real talk, some real knowledge, as well as something to leave. He don't just talk to you; he gonna leave something in your head,
impart you with something. Yeah,
and so shout out to the bro. I had the opportunity. It actually showed up. Thank you. 22 being your favorite number. Look at that. You know, I had the opportunity to participate in one of his manhood talks that he did. Maybe I was last year, or the year before, and the Facebook memory showed up, and I watched it a little bit of it, and I realized even in myself how far I've come.
Yeah.
From then, in terms of thought process, just some of the things that we talked about and some of the things that I took from that and altered the way I think about certain things. So yeah, shout out to the good bro.
No, I agree, man. I got to do an episode as well, man. I had a great time. Brother Saint is a very deep, logical, ain't nothing better than a logical thinker. I push that a lot to the young man. And my shout out to and I'm gonna have, matter of fact, I'm gonna have him come on the show too. One of the he the coach of the elementary basketball team. I'm assistant coach with him. I'm gonna give some shout outs to him. Shout out to brother Polk Harris III that I work with, man. We preach a lot to these kids, especially young men, about using logic versus emotions. Because a lot of them are raised by their mothers.
Yeah.
And we know women to be more emotional beings, nurturers. It's like, and I saw a podcast clip explaining love. And love from a mother and love from a father are two completely different things. Where as you fall, every time you fall, your mother, it's okay, baby, get up. It's okay, baby, get up. It's okay, baby, get up. You fall that first time with your daddy. Why are you falling? Yeah. Stop doing X, Y, and Z. If you pay attention to what you're doing, you won't be falling. And it's not that we don't love you the same. We don't base everything off emotion. That's why a lot of men have trouble with crying. Yep. Or you either get the man who can't cry, or you get the overly emotional man who cries too much. And we got a lot of that with our little boys on the basketball team. You can't say none of them without them getting in their feelings. We got some kids who want to play basketball but won't play because they can't handle being told what to do by a male because they're not used to it.
Right.
Yeah, they think, I'm like, bro, I'm not. And I know he get on their nerves. And a lot of it, and it's like, because they don't understand, because he preach a lot to them about different things in life, whether it's not just the boys basketball team, whether it's the kids when he doing lunch or whatever. And I had to tell the boys we playing basketball, I'll be like, hey, let me tell y'all this. We don't be wanting to hear it either. But it needs to be said. And I'm like, you don't understand it now because you still a kid. Once you hit your 20 to 25 range, really not to 25 going up, you're going to sit back and be like, damn, Mr. Harris was telling us some true shit. Mr. A was telling us some true shit. They wasn't just going off on us, or they wasn't just preaching. I'll be like, bro, we don't say the same stuff because I want you to think I'm bitching and complaining. I just want you to like, bro, I'm telling you from a male perspective how life is going to treat you. Your mama can only tell you so much.
And you know what's crazy is I had a conversation today about my son, and you know he felt some type of way about a word that I used. And just like,
what's the word, if you don't mind me asking?
The word punk. So we playing, you know, I got the basketball hoop and shit out here. So I beat him in basketball. I'm like, man, get that mess out of here, punk. Well, around me, that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He got to his mom and he's like, well, he was like, get that mess out of here, punk. And she took that differently. She was like, oh, well, he shouldn't call you a punk. First of all, like, this shit talk.
One, I'm his daddy.
I'm his daddy. I'm like that shit talking, and he gonna have to, as much as my son likes to shit talk when he playing games, he got to take it win or lose.
You got to take shit talking in life. As a black person, we thrive off shit talking. Exactly. It's like it's a part of our DNA. We could be in a line. I mean, we started with everything within us tends to be a competition. Sometimes it don't need to be, but everything within our community is a competition a lot of the times. Hell, we done been little kids, last one to the fence, mama hoe. Like we was doing shit like that. Whether it be small stuff or big stuff, everything within us is a competition. So now, what was her reasoning if you got that for her saying?
No, you know I can actually help.
I know you ain't get too much from it.
Hey, let me stop.
But he brought it up.
Yeah, but he brought it up, and it was a conversation between me and him.
Okay.
But you know, I ain't want on my bad. I ain't gonna say you know what? Fuck that. She'll help. I ain't calling her no other word, so she'll help. As much shit that she done, she'll help for today.
Well, my mama's favorite word, so I've employed that a plethora of times. And when Bree make me mad and she be talking shit, I'm like, heifer. I feel like that's not a negative word. Yeah. It was always a joking word with my mama, so I use it. It's like I feel like it's like a dying hoe. Like I ain't calling you no hoe, but it's like in the same realm. But hoe is offensive to the person. I always tell people, I had a homegirl that showed me the word hoe in the fence. She like, I seen a nigga on her page, oh, you a hoe. She was like, and? Ain't argue with somebody at that point. What is your next step of this argument? She's like, when nigga call me, I say, and. I know for a fact that nigga ain't doing nothing with me. So you calling me a hoe, don't move me. And nigga, if I am a hoe, what's up? I was like, if I'm a hoe and you ain't getting what they say about your ass.
Damn. That's a smart thing,
at
right?
That point, it's just like, that's when I started learning. Niggas used to be calling women hoes because they ain't hit. Not too many niggas called the woman. They got up in the hoe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, nigga? I got what I wanted. That motherfucker dope.
Man, hey, I got a question for you, bro.
What's up?
I know we're getting ready to get in a couple of these random topics because I already know you got them on deck.
I ain't writing it down. Well, we gonna figure them out. All right, one good one.
It's a couple things that happened in the last month. You know what I'm saying? And we sipping on whatever we sipping on. Hey, Club Shay Shay.
Woo!
What's your thoughts about our boy Cat, man?
I believe everything that nigga said, except he read 3,000 books a year from the ages 8 to 12. Now, unless they was Cat in the Hat books, that's because and I know he had one of them weird upbringings, like religious upbringings, where he didn't get to do a lot of shit. But I'm like, bro, I did the math. That's 8.2 books a day. So 0.2 means you had to start your 9th book. At least, depending on the pages, get 20 to 60 pages in. It's depending on the length of the book. And I'm like, bro, that's a lot of fucking reading. Now, mind you, this ain't no Monday through Friday reading, nigga. This is 7 days a week. That means you had no time to do nothing else but fucking read. But other than that, one, I can't call the nigga no liar because I can't call the nigga no liar because none of the people that accused him called him a liar. That's number one. Yeah. They said what they said, but nobody said he was lying. If somebody say something about me, I'm not dancing around the topic. Flat out, you a fat Faison love ass lie.
Hey, you know Faison was here over the weekend too, right?
I know, and I wanted to go see him, and I wanted to say that. But I'm like, bro, so how you feel being fat live you?
Hey, you know one of our bros is a bouncer up there.
I know that.
He passed my side of Southgate, right? My boy Big Ant. And Big Ant
he used to be at the
room. No.
Security, because one of them charged me up one night, caught me off guard. I didn't even know he was no bro.
No. This bro, he a pass my side of Southgate. If you ever go to the Wardens Wednesdays, he always there.
Okay.
And so he sent me a picture, man. He had a picture of a Cat Williams shirt. He's like, yeah, I wore it to work. They told me I had to put a hoodie on.
Because they knew that nigga was gonna leave. And I'm just like,
hey, I was dead. I was dead laughing, bro. But I don't think that was lying, man.
Shout out brother Phil out of Lone Star. Shout out DJ Homicide. I know him way before the Square Life, man. But hey, yeah, bro, I walked in the building. I done walked in there hella times. That nigga ain't never said nothing to me. I come in one night. I don't even know if I was coming to kick it. I think I was coming to pick up a plate. And it may have been a kick. I went one or two times to get some food. And then one time he seen me with my little satin jacket, bought me. And I walk in here. Hell. I'm like, nigga. I'm like, bro, who is you? Then I see the necklace and I'm like, all right, well, I gotta go through this at this point. But I'm just like, damn, nigga, I didn't even know you was no bro. But I always tell you, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Because you don't get to determine when that's gonna happen.
I've gotten to that point now. I hate it when somebody try to charge me up, bro.
I don't have it often.
And I think it's because I spent so many days as the bully, kind of, and that mindset where I ain't got time to charge you up, bro. Because once I get started, I ain't gonna want to stop.
Facts, man. I only do that shit to candidates.
And because I'm like, I've gotten to that space where you can't never be off, bro. Here I left you, here I find you. Will you be off or from? And you better consistently say from with me.
Joe, you supposed to be taking pictures, man. I talked to that nigga yesterday. He told me, I asked him, was he coming on tonight? He said he had to go out there and shoot. I was like, hey, tell that nigga KD get his life in order. Damn, they called you. Phil said you a bully.
Homicide, I ain't no bully, brother.
I got raised by the bully, so niggas don't really mess with me. And people don't believe it's true. You telling you and JG, I ain't been charged up yet, except for him. And I was just like, no. First person ever charged me up was Pat at the Pat Henderson at shout out to Square 2, but at Keith. My first when I got raised, I went to the Keith party, New Year's Eve, and he hit me with the pile of rubbish joint. And I'm just like, I ain't no way. Shout out to Dillingham because I was so drunk. I ain't know what he was talking about because I hadn't heard that. Like fully. And that was my first time in I'm like, what? And then I answered it. And he's like, I'm hollering. He said he watching us while shooting the game.
Hey, Joe.
Tell K to give you them shoes and to say signed to a real nigga from a nigga who want to be real. KD got to get it together, man. You too goddamn tall to be doing the shit you be doing on the motherfucking court, man. Shout out all the brothers tapped in. Shout out Joe, man. We're gonna bring him back on another episode.
Yeah.
And he ain't 11 miles away and ain't gotta take 50 million picks, man.
We need Homicide to pull up on the episode.
I'm jumping straight in. I've been trying to get Homicide on for a minute. You gotta catch that nigga and tie him down. That motherfucker be moving.
Hey.
But we gonna make it happen, man. We may have to pull up the Homicide and bring the shit to the club.
Shit,
that nigga don't be sitting still for nothing.
Hey, the last time I saw Homicide was probably about 2 years ago. I went down to the House of Soul.
I still ain't been.
Yeah, House of Soul. The Shriners from New York hosted their party at House.
That's when they came here for the
Imperial. Yeah.
Yeah, I was busy that whole weekend, man.
Yeah, man. So I was in that thing, renting the bro there. I can't go in House of Soul, bro. When you've been in the game, education game, as long as I've been in, man, I go in there, damn hookah girl taught her. One of the bartenders taught her. One of the waitresses taught her. I was just like, yeah, it's time for me to go.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
I pull up at the Zeta event today, and one of my old students, what up, Grimes?
Like, man, can y'all stop outing me in public?
Like, hey, stop. I'm like, hey, y'all do know I have a first name, right?
Look, Dave's like, we didn't get to learn that, so we're gonna keep the same name forever, man. But look, before we go further, I forgot to do I don't know if y'all saw, you could only see so much behind me. I finally got my little dig together. I call it my man corner because I couldn't take the whole basement over. So it's a man corner. Me and Bree gonna make our own little solace corners down here. I'm gonna help her do a little corner nook. She go read and just be in peace and color and do what she want to do. Man, I got a lot going back here. You see, I got the big shelves for all the kicks, man. Hey, shout out to Hyper Tough. This is a 5-shelf unit. Each shelf holds 375 pounds, which I don't need, but I was able to get 50 pairs of shoes on this motherfucker. Like from the bottom to the top. And look, I got it from Walmart. I paid $49, $59, one of them $49 or $59 for it. Well worth the money. Like I've had it for maybe 3 weeks. I bought it when school let out, and I just never put it together. And last night I was like, man, let me get my shit together. Like I got I have to turn off shit, but I got the LED lights cracking in all this back here.
I see first you got the Foot Locker set up like you look like City Trend.
Oh yeah, but mind you got to see it in full. It's the emblem. I got it spaced out, so I got the shoe coming this way, and I got some coming this way. Yeah, I did. It took a little minute. It took a little geometry to get it together. But I set up an emblem in front of me. I'm like, that was my idea when I bought it, and I sent it to. Shout out to the brothers, me, Vern, Keita. We all got to look like a Masonic group chat for sneakers.
Yeah.
We seeing shit and all that. And I sent them a picture. I'm like, what y'all notice? And Keita instantly screenshotted and drew the lines into it. Like I seen it as soon as you posted. I'm like, that you're supposed to. It's in plain sight, as everything is pretty much within the order.
Indeed.
But man, when we talk about shoes, man, I don't even know what I want to do for my shoe of the week. I'm just gonna give you a couple of my highlights that's on this wall up here, man. I just copped these, man. The Union, and this is just like it's a three-way collab. Union, LA, Beauties, something with an S, I can't remember. And Jordan 1, man. I love this fucking shoe. The stitching on the side is next level. It's hell. It's a dope ass shoe, man. A shoe we've talked about that I ain't get to show. Them Soul Fly Jordan 8s, man. I ain't even put half of these shoes on here. I ain't even wore yet. Shout out to the brother in the group chat, Joe, right now that's on here. I got my Grail of the Year, man. My Jordan 4 SBs, man. I got my J Balvin 3s in this mug, man. And my favorite pair that's so slept on is still around. My Celadon Jordan 1s, man. I love olive green and orange as a colorway. This shoe's so motherfucking smooth. Like, this one of them pairs, like, they've been sitting around some places. If I could catch another pair for under $100, eventually down the line, I would buy it just in case I fuck these up. Like, the shoe is so smooth, man. You can tell I ain't worn. You can tell when niggas ain't wore that shit. The shit still lace tight. All that shit, man. I got 2 pairs of shoes coming in this week. I love shoes, man. I love everything about shoes. I'm slow. Every time I say I'm slow, I gotta buy another one of these to sit next to this shit. Hey. I'll just make sure I don't fill it up this year because that means I bought 50 pair of shoes.
I got some shoes that I done fell in love with. It's some chocolate dunks, bro.
They dark brown and white.
These mugs like dark brown and light brown.
Ooh.
I'm gonna send you a picture of them.
You know what to send me? I ain't seen that.
Man.
Speaking of dunks, man, my what dunks I got this. That's I got a couple shoes I ain't wore down here. Not one bit. I got some heat. These look my dunks that I bought this year. That's my favorite, the Autumn Gentlemen's. These right here is a solid ass shoe. First time I saw it, I knew it was for me. It's got like twill and it's got corduroy on this motherfucker. Ooh, hold on, back up. You on stock? Damn, I ain't never seen them before. And I'm not even a fan. It's crazy. I like Jordan 1 highs. I got 1 pair of high dunks, so I'm not a huge fan of the high dunks. But those, are motherfucking fire.
It was a tie. I'm really kind of torn between those and these joints here.
I like the other ones.
Yeah,
I like both of them, but I like the other ones. I got a shoe, man. You got to get that one shoe that makes you step out the box. Man, it's a women's shoe, but they made it big enough. They made sizes up to like size 16 in men's. These right here, man, the bacon. They was the bacon dunks, man. They got it's pink, a dark red, a brownish color cream, leather cream inside. And I got a hat that matches this exact color that I'm finna rock these with. I got so many shoes in here that I have yet to put on, which is why I gotta stop buying shoes. But shout out to the Christmas sales. Oh yeah, Joe, you can't say every time. I know Joe. The worst thing Joe ever could tell me was I could use him as my plug. Because I know he be tired of me. Me and him be just texting all hours of the night. I'll just send the shoe. I'm like, hey, y'all got these on X, Y, and Z size? He's like, let me check. We do. Hey. And I still buy, and that's how you know I'm a sneakerhead, because I don't solely rely on him. I rely on him for shoes I couldn't find. And some other shoes, if I want to double up on some shit like, them SB4s, Joe, I'm really thinking I'm going to need like 1 or 2 more pairs of those.
You know what's crazy? I walked in the set today. You see my my tan and white ones.
Uh-huh.
I walked in my little spot today. Dude was like, hey, where you get them? Nigga, I couldn't remember. He was like, man, I gotta find them. I was like, well, I got a shoe plug. He might be able to find them.
Look, this is what people got to do. The trick for people, if you're watching me right now, and the person you asked for can't tell, most of the time, if I know if a shoe has sold out or not, so I'm gonna shoot you to StockX, go, because I'll do that as well. I don't always want to pay resale, but I will. Some of these shoes in here, like them SB4s, I was willing to pay $600 because I really wanted that shoe. But that was my Christmas gift for myself.
Right.
That was like one of them, like, hey, and then I just so happened to be blessed. Just so happened to right before I did it, Joe came on the show. Turned out to be a blessing. But what people can do, man, if you don't want to check StockX and all that out the gate, or they don't know the name, most people don't remember the exact name of the shoe to lead you to it. What you can do is get you a good, clear picture of their shoe on their feet, go to Google and do the image search. I'll do it for any and everything. It be kids at the school came in with some shoes I don't like. Take a little quick picture. I'll go image search to see if it came in adult size. And I'll do that really to see if I can still find it retail or on sale. Because I'm still one of them people. Granted, I got expensive $100, $200 shoes. I still search the sales section and do that shit from low to high when I sort it. Because I want to find certain shoes. Like I finally got Air Max 97. It's a shoe I've been wanting to get into. And I grabbed the colorway that I thought was found for the low right here, man. I ain't put these on yet. This is a shoe, brown, stadium green, and white. Everybody know Air Max 95 is my favorite shoe ever. And it's Air Max 95 and my favorite Jordans is Jordan 1. And as you can see, I got all Jordan 1 boxes up here. I got 12 pairs of Jordan 1s between lows and highs. And that's just for right now. Like, I'm going to get some more. It's an addiction, people. It's an addiction. So it's one of them that had a budget. If you're going to do it, don't break yourself. And shout out to the world's. I feel like I'm going to start saying this every episode till they give us a sponsor deal. Shout out to the world's greatest rebrand in life since Titty Boy became 2 Chainz. Is when Layaway became Klarna, Afterpay, QuadPay, Zip, Sezzle, all of that shit. Because you mean to tell old school Layaway, and I was talking about this on Twitter, because there was a big debate trying to clown people for using Klarna. And I'm like, well, bro, it's interest free. And I got 6 weeks to pay this. Now, mind you, I rarely need the full 6 weeks. Most of the time, I have the money for the item I want at the time.
At the time.
But Klarna allows me to, every $500, I get rewards. And they have places on there that are shoe stores. So it's one little place called Sense, SSENSE, and it's from like UK. But they got the highest reward on there, which is $20. That's how I got them Air Max 97s I just showed. I paid after taxes maybe $90-something. So I do GOAT. They got a $5 one. Nike got a $10 one.
I'm like this. I've never.
What sneakers you talking about, Shy? What sneakers you talking about? Is it the ones I posted? You got to tell me more than I just want them. I'll be having enough. But look, the best thing people to plug, man. This fake money, y'all. So don't see these in the pictures and think I'm balling. It's literally prop money that I use for music videos. It's not rob me if you want to. You'll be upset. I'll give it up. It's $20,000 in ass. It ain't shit. But these Kobe reverse Grinches. As a hooper, I get it because it's a light ass shoe. Nothing worse than trying to hoop in some heavy ass shit. But comfort.
I saw you wore those to work the other day, bro.
Look, bro, rest Kobe's soul. This is by far the most comfortable shoe I have worn in 2023. And it would be a tie between these, my Air Max 95s, and my Jordan 13s because they comfortable. So look, okay, Shy, you need some Jordan 1s. Tell me colorways you talk. All you gotta do is send me a couple colors. Now they got some that just came out. The yellow Ochre, I think it's called Ochre. It's OCHRE. But them just came out, yellow, black, I'm gonna get them just because they match my school colors, and I only got one pair of shoes with some yellow in it, yellow and black. But they got the 6s coming out. Jordan 1's my shit. Yeah, no, Mike, I didn't hit on the reverse Grinches. I took a fat ass L on sneakers, but shout out to the plug, who I didn't know was gonna be my plug in life. Can't provide all that info, but he's been a blessing in disguise, and he's just like, pace yourself. I was like, nigga, I buy shoes in abundance. As long as my bills is paid. Hey, shout out to my woman because she taught me how to treat myself. She the queen of buying what she want. I work too hard to not do it. I work from motherfucking 7 to 6:18 every day with these kids.
You know, as long as I've been, you know, I've been an adult a long time, but it wasn't until I got with my wife to where splurge traveling, like going places that you ain't never thought about going, and just being like, you know what, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah. Hey, that's why they say behind every great black man is a great black woman. Mm-hmm. Because I'll tell you, when it comes to her, these gifts she be asking for, hey, cool. Well, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Because I know you'll buy it, so I need to know. Tell me what you ain't already bought, because I'll pay for it. But she's like, nigga, you want some shit? Take care of what you got to. Budget that shit out. So I give me a pair of shoes. Well, I'll do one outright, and I put one on Klarna. It's gonna get paid off before the 6 weeks. I'm gonna get the rewards that I need to further better myself and build my Klarna balance. And I'm gonna get the shoes, because the best thing about that in layaway, you had to pay all that shit off before you got it.
Yep.
Now all I got to do is make the 1/4 of a payment.
And the beautiful thing about Klarna is that they break it down so small that you barely remember that you have to pay it.
Hey, Mike, Kobe's is hard as fuck to hit on. I've only went for 2 pair because I ain't really think I liked some shoes before. I went for the Black Mambas on sneakers for the sole fact that I was gonna sell them. I wasn't a fan. I'm not a fan of the Proto 4 silhouette, but the 6s I like. But I was like, if I can get my hands on them, cool. If I can't, that's what I expect, because it's probably by far one of the hardest shoes I've ever tried to get. Like Kobe, one, they don't make as many as they do Jordans, but Kobe sell out in seconds. Like, it's just crazy how fast you got to enter raffles, pray you hit. Ooh, you hit on the Halo. See, the Halo shout out. That's the all-white pair. I ain't need them. But I do want to get the Mambacitas, because what Kobe's you don't want to do is pay resale. You paying $500-$600, between $400 and $600. And for me, a pair of Kobe's not worth that to me. Now, if you're a Kobe fan, I get it. Everything, and the resale market is crazy within itself, but I'll go for every pair of Kobe's here on out, whether I want them or not, for the fact that I know I can double to triple my money if I sell this on the aftermarket. And I ain't even a nigga. If I pay $190 for the shoe, it's gonna come up to maybe $205 after taxes. I sell that motherfucker if I pay $200. If I could get $350, $400, I ain't trying to get you for the 6. Now, if I can max it out, cool. But I double my money. That's all I cared about. And I can live to buy another pair of shoes and keep that shit. It's a real thing, man. And low key, I mean, we in the works, man. Shout out my nigga Poncho Rucker. Been on here a few times, man. Me and him got a shoe podcast. We thinking about coming out with pretty soon, man. We working on the loose ends of that, but we gonna get into that shit real soon, man. Tap in to all.
Hey, speaking of that, speaking of new shows, you know, and you and I've been talking about this for a minute. So the Past Master guy, he gonna be branching off doing a little show, you know.
It's about fucking time.
You know, it's gonna kick off in March. Gonna kick off in March right after the college basketball season's over, right after March Madness, and probably my first episode will be right around the championship game. I'll be posting it. I'm gonna be talking about black college football, man. I keep being afraid of getting into that market, you know, and I'm like, you know what, folks getting out here just talking their shit, and people tap in. All you gotta do is say some controversial shit every now and then, you know.
If Jason Whitlock can make it, you can fucking make it.
Exactly. So I'm gonna be tapping in, doing some schedule breakdowns, some leading up to the season, some games of the week, all that shit. So y'all tap in. I'm gonna be covering big time college football as well because I got some inside tracks in some places. So I'm gonna be talking. It's gonna be a full college football, and it's only gonna be a show during lead up to the season. So it'll be from March to January, taking a break from January to March every year. So that'll jump off in March.
Okay. Hey, look, as much as them games you go to, man, I'm gonna have to help you invest in. Or when I ain't using them, I got these mics, DJI mics, man.
I'm about to get a gimbal for when I go.
But you need that, but you need these. Now I paid $3 something for these, but I'll definitely, if I ain't got to use them and you finna go out of town, I'll let you use them because I trust you in my shit. But this allows you can connect this receiver to your phone, and you got 2 microphones to connect to people. You could be outside in these games, all of that shit. It is going to pick you up, and you'll hear the background, but they'll hear you. And that's why I spent goddamn the $350 to make sure these did what they do. But you hook this up to your phone, test it out, make sure you hear the audio, and you could go live. You could do whatever, and you could straight walk around and interview people. You could hook a mic up. They ain't even got to hook it up to them. You could just have them hold it like this. They could talk into it, just getting, and that just all you need is content to push the shit out. I'll help you edit the content to get it out. All you got to do is get the content, and we'll make it do what it. Once you get them reels, man, football shit and all that stuff, it'll do what it's supposed to do, bro. Because that's a lane.
I have been thinking about it. I've been talking about this for a long time, man. I just been worried about
Saint. So these are DJI wireless mics. Now they come with one. They got the one that come with one mic. I just feel it's better to get the one that comes with the 2, and it wasn't that much of a price difference. But the case is chargeable itself. Once fully charged, the mics hold for 15 hours of charge.
Wow.
And that's before you toss it back in the case to recharge yourself up. So in this case, bro, this case stay charged for weeks. Like I haven't just sat this case stay charged for a long ass time, man. But the quality in the mics, like I've used it with Shy when I went out to Sister Strut.
Yeah.
And like when I tell you, I've used it in other stuff. I did interviews at like Nando concert and all that shit. The microphone itself has an internal memory where you can record. I'll push the record on here as well as recording what I'm doing. So just in case something fuck up on there, maybe the audio wasn't coming through, it is on here. And you plug it in the USB. Everything's USB-C. Unless you're using a real camera, I have a cord that go into the camera that plug into the receiver. But I'm talking about like I was gonna use it tonight. And matter of fact, let me see, because I could use it and the sound to come out like crisp. Let's see if I can give a little if it's gonna work out for me tonight. Oh, here, let me plug this in right quick. I got it plugged in. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think you can hear me regular. Do I sound any clearer than I was before?
Dude, you actually sound better.
Bro, listen, the mics is crazy, bro. And I don't gotta hold it. I can literally just clip this shit right here and just hold my conversation as normal the whole time. Beard, all that shit. I got this a little bag somewhere around here for when you're somewhere windy. You screw it on top of it. It got the wind resistance, everything, bro. Like these mics are like if it's an episode when it's just me and you, long as my computer charged, we'll plug this in and use these, bro. It's next level. The sound is studio mic quality.
Yeah,
people that do content like the type of stuff you're doing where it can allow you to go on the road as an investment, this shit is like I haven't found, and they got some cheaper ones like Rode. I like the size of these because they're a little more discreet. Hell, I got the lavalier plugs where you can plug it in, run up the cord through your clothing and clip it and talk, and it's gonna give you the same type of concise sound.
Yeah, that's probably we're gonna talk more about that because I'm definitely gonna I'm looking at probably 4 to 5 games this fall.
Okay.
I'm gonna be going to. So we'll definitely tap in on that. What you got for these random topics, bro? I look up, I guess 10 o'clock, and we both got to see
an hour and a half. And look, for those looking, I got mine from a company called Go Maxstar online, but you can literally go to DJI's website. That's DJI.com. Same people that make the DJI gimbals, I have those as well. What's up, SJ? Big G is in the motherfucking building.
Jizzle.
But y'all, you could go to, I would recommend, man, DJI website. I went through Go Maxstar because I did it through this like leasing thing because I ain't.
Oh, good. Where does nigga Nico go? Oh shit. Hey, I don't know what happened, but
I don't know what happened either. But we're still here. I'm glad it didn't kick everything. But yeah, D, I got you, bro. When we get done, I'll send you the link to them, man. But they are the best, especially if you're a content creator. This is, and with me, you can't even tell I got this on like under the beard, damn near. I can hide it, but even if you can see it, the mic is well worth it. You can hold them in your hands. You can straight talk through it. The regulator on the thing lets you know. You just got to, with the using it on a phone, you just got to make sure the piece is pushed all the way in.
Yeah.
The metal is such and so that the receiver is getting it from the mic. But they great, man. So they definitely gonna make you do some things when you hit the road for sure, bro.
Yeah, man.
Those random topics, man, which is crazy because I ain't writing nothing down. We went into Cat Williams a tad bit earlier. The other random topic I was gonna talk about, we kicked off. We got the show with. But hey, y'all, make sure y'all. Shout out to the Experience Lounge in Edwardsville, Paint and Sip Friday. Man, make sure y'all tap out. They had one of my favorite comedians from Chicago in there the other day. I can't think of bro name for nothing, but I used to watch him growing up on who y'all have comedian-wise the other day, bro, because I watched it on live for a second. But he an old school comedian. I used to watch him on Comic View all the time, man. Fucking hilarious. I thought his name was Tommy, but I could be wrong, so I don't want to get to saying that. As soon as I see the name, I'll know it's exactly bro. But I've seen him in person before when he came here with somebody else as an opening act. Niggas hilarious.
Wait, look, so they be having paintings.
Bro, they don't listen. We're gonna have to slide out to Edwardsville one Friday, bro, because they doing it. He's doing it up over there.
I ain't doing shit this Friday. Wait, look, let me check my schedule again. I think I'm free Friday night.
That's the 19th. I don't believe I have K-Dub and Willie Lynch. They got K-Dub and Willie Lunch Jr. this Saturday for a comedy show. I don't have nothing, I believe, going on Friday. We may have to do a little razzle and dazzle.
Wait, look, I ain't gonna be able to talk much because I'm having surgery on Thursday.
What?
They taking all my wisdom teeth out, bro. So.
Man, listen, shout out to the dentist and the wisdom teeth. Willie Lynch Jr. Where I've heard that name, Willie Lynch Jr. before. You got to send me his page, bro. I've heard that name before. Hey, the last time I got my wisdom teeth, the first one, I got one taken out solo because that shit had to be extracted. I had to cut in my mouth and take that bitch out.
Yeah, that's what they got to do with all mine.
The other 3, I got to just get them pulled. They gave your boy that gas. Look at here, people. Taking that gas made me understand how people get addicted to dope. Like the real dope. I'm not going to get addicted to it. But it was like, I get it. Because when I tell you that shit, they gave it to me at first. It wasn't. I had to put this little thing under my nose, just do deep breathing, or they put it on my mouth. Deep breathing. It didn't work. The first time they tried, I'm like, hey, y'all, this ain't working. Now, mind you, I came to that motherfucker fried.
Yeah.
I smoked on the way because I'm like, bro, I don't know how long I'm going to be up in here, man. Ooh. So I did that. And then she was like, well, let me adjust something. She's like, okay, so take some deep breaths. count to 10, do it 10 times, and then go from there. And I was like, this ain't working. This ain't working. And I was like, hey, yo, this shit working. I'm like, I feel it. I feel it. Now, crazy, maybe because I'm somebody who's been smoking since high school. So I understand the effects of being inebriated by a drug. Mm-hmm. And I'm in there, I had this little cute little white lady that used to be the little tech. So I'm in there acting like I know everything I'm doing, acting like I don't. So she holding my hand, I'm in there rubbing her hand. I'm spitting game in this motherfucker, bro. And I was like, I'm asking the dentist, I'm like, hey, yo, bro, people be coming up in here on this shit and be saying crazy stuff like the videos I'll be seeing. And she was like, hey, yeah, we'll probably get some crazy stuff for you. I was like, nah, shorty, I smoke weed. I was high when I got here. I'm like, this ain't gonna make me say nothing more than I'm like, anything I say to you, I'm planning on saying this is helping me getting that motherfucker out right now.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how, bro, as soon as I was done, they pumped the oxygen into me and the shit was gone. Like they pump it back into you. Now, the first time when I did the extraction, they had to straight put a nigga to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I had to have a motherfucker come with me.
Yep.
Take me there and then drive. I had to go to Como for it. Drove to Como for this shit, then drive back out there and all that. I was just like, nah, give me the gas, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I don't really remember the first.
Hold on, you say you doing it Friday?
Thursday.
Oh, yeah, bro. You ain't gonna try to go nowhere Friday. I'll tell you that now. You doing 3 of them. I did one of them motherfuckers, bro. When I tell you once that numbing shit wore off, I've had a lot of teeth. I done had braces. I got this little gap right here because these teeth was together. Mm-hmm. And I had a spring in my braces that separated them. I had a retainer with the tooth in there to keep it separated. So I got an implant doing some man and shit in college. I broke that motherfucker. That's neither here nor there. But I never told my mama. And so I just ain't get no fuck right after that because you can't tell unless I tell people.
Right.
And, bro, once that shit wore off, after I came home, mouth was numb. Like I'm talking about, I felt like I could chew through my gums and I was never going to feel it. I kept to the point, like when your mouth numb, you kind of tested how far you can go.
Yeah.
To the point I was like, I don't know how far I can go because I don't feel this shit. So I stopped doing it because I was scared my teeth was going to touch each other. That mean I went through my jaw. And, bro, once that shit wore up, I woke up. I ain't never experienced no motherfucking pain like that. Like, that shit was just throbbing because everybody knows your tooth pain connected to all the nerves in your goddamn body.
Yeah.
Every time that motherfucker throbbed, it was like a shot from my head to my toe.
And wait, look, so I took off Thursday. I was like, well,
Kitty Howard. I know you're talking about, yeah.
I was like, I should be good. I'll probably go to work Friday.
Nah. If you getting it like you get it during the day or after you would have been off.
Thursday morning.
So yeah, you would need to take off Thursday. You need to take off motherfucking Friday, low key. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you to determine that as you wake up, because like I said, shit's vary from person to person. But you gonna get up that motherfucking morning on Friday, you can be like, that shit dead.
Yeah,
that shit's dead. Nah, unless you could go in that motherfucker and not have to talk all day. Nah, bro. Like I was in pain for 2-3 days, like pure. Look, damn near Monday and Tuesday as well. I was in pain for days, bro, because they're literally cutting that shit out. The stitches, I had the dissolvable ones, I think. No, I don't know if I had dissolvable. So I had to go back and get them taken out. Usually I get the dissolvable stitches, so they'll just go away. Nah, bro, like, you not working Friday. You not going to be trying to go nowhere Friday. Like, if you are able to do that, you a tough motherfucker. Because that shit had me down bad for a long ass time, man.
Yeah, and so like I'm real. I have a high pain tolerance, and so I was just like, I before I go to bed Thursday night, I'll decide if I'm going to work.
Yeah,
Friday.
you need to go to bed. It's gonna you ain't gonna realize the amount of pain it is until you get home, because you're gonna be so high off of the shit that they gotta wake you up from. Like, bro, whatever they gave me, it's only been 2 times I'd have been put under. And it was both for teeth shit. The time I had the gap right here, and my teeth never was together because my canine on my right side never came up. It when I lost the baby tooth, that motherfucker was sideways in my gums. So I had like my braces had a 24 karat gold chain connected to that tooth and the braces to try to bring it up, but it would never come up. So they finally had to put me under to break that shit out. Bruh, my mama had to take me, I was in high school. I had to take these pills, one before I left the house, one when I got in the chair. They was I'm scared of any pill bottle that's a regular size that come with 2 pills at the bottom. But there was 2. This was my first time ever seeing a black pill. 2 black pills. Where I popped that first one, right hand to God, I don't remember leaving the garage, and I remember the last place I was at was in the garage.
Damn.
That's it, bro. By the time I remember, my mom had to go get the doctor. And they had to, on each side, walk me from the car into the building because I was pure dead weight. Like I could not move, bro. I wouldn't fully wake up. They popped that other motherfucker when I got in the building. Somehow they got me to the chair. All I remember was waking up, bro, and he was pressing on the tooth. Like with all his power. I heard the and my tooth break, but I couldn't feel it. You could feel the pressure, but I couldn't feel them pushing. He pulled that mother, like he showed me the tooth in half, all that shit, bro. I was just like, you know what? I wish a lot of bad shit on people, but I wouldn't wish no motherfucking teeth pain on nobody.
So, my teeth being crooked is because of my wisdom teeth. So one of my top ones grew in sideways, pushed your mugs around. I got one in the bottom that's out, but it was sideways. And so, like, my dentist was like, hey, my dentist told me, she's like, hey, I like you coming here and everything. I ain't doing shit else in your mouth till you get them wisdom teeth pulled. And I was like,
because you're not benefiting yourself. Like the shift of that shit you don't even think of, like I couldn't fathom them putting a spring. They literally put a spring between these 2 teeth on. It wasn't on the teeth. It was literally on the bracket, but on the wire between 2 brackets, and that shit separated my teeth apart enough for that tooth to come up into. I'm like, bro, I ain't fucking with none with teeth pain. I ain't wishing that on nobody. I don't want it, man. It's horrible.
Yeah.
They said, we get it. It sounds like you're not gonna get your wisdom teeth pulled out soon, brother. But man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I mean, we went over the random topic, the little few I did have. Only one random other thing I know about is how Jess Hilarious lose her job at the Breakfast Club just as fast as she got the shit.
I think that was one of those where she probably talked before she had.
That's what. So it was 2 things. I heard it was she announced it before they finished the negotiations. Was 1, and 2, I guess she ain't show up to the first 2 days she was supposed to.
I ain't know that.
So that I saw that in an article today when I was reading on it. And I'm just like a nigga not to show up on the first day. Because I was good for that. When they picked her, I was like, you know what? I could fuck with her. She was the one person I was like, she's funny. She was more entertaining than Angela.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You know, what's funny is I did that shit. My first job out of college, I did not go the first day because I didn't know I was supposed to be there.
I think I had a job. I did that shit too.
Hey, dog. Hey, my first job out of college, dog, I did graduated. I did moved back home, man. The Gateway Classic football game we used to have here. So the guy who ran the Gateway Classic go to my church. He hit me up. He was like, I saw him on spring break right before I graduated. He said we had a couple conversations. I went and did an interview with him. He's like, hey, when you graduate, come work here. I was like, all right. That was it. He was like, come work here. So I graduate on Saturday. I come home. My mama threw me a party. We kick it. Sunday, I'm relaxing. Monday morning, I get up. I just slept in and shit. Probably about 1 o'clock. He called me. He said, hey, didn't I tell you to come to work today? I was like, are you serious? I'm like, damn, I just like.
Hey, nigga, I just left school. I don't get no off. I can't chill.
Nah, he was like, hey, tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp. Wear a tie.
Oh, was that teacher?
Nah, I was working at the Gateway Classic. That was before I got
out. You did just say that.
Yeah, man. I worked at and I ain't gonna lie, I ended up working that job up until November. and I had put in with the schools. I didn't get hired until November of that school year.
Okay.
So literally, probably about the first week of November, SLPS called and was like, "Hey, report to Sumner High School on Monday." That when I took 2 sick days from the classic, trying to figure out, hey, how I'm gonna tell him I'm not gonna work for him no more.
Right.
So I took a sick day, and that Wednesday he called me that morning. I called in sick. He called me. He said, "Hey, you sick for real?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I hear kids in the background." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "No, that's the TV." He was like, "Well, I was just calling to let you know, what I typically do is when I hire kids, you work for a year, you work for the classic, and then I let you go." I was like, "So you fire me? You called me to see if I was coming into work so you can fire me?" He was like, "Well, it's not firing you, but I'll call you if we need you."
It's a respectable layoff.
Right. I was like,
nigga.
And he was like, "Well, you can get all your sick days and your vacation." And then, I was like, "Bet." So I ended up and it was perfect because I got 2 weeks of vacation and 2 weeks of sick leave paid out. And the cool thing was my daughter was born at the end of the month, so I was getting double checks.
Oh, fuck it. Shit,
So
YOLO.
Hey, and I was perfectly cool with it. I was like, "Hey, I ain't mad at it. I volunteered for the classic up until the classic was over."
I'm a yo motherfucking low. I'll take it.
Well, shit. Next, so who we got on the show next week, bro?
I was just gonna look that up. Did we get somebody? I thought we did. It's the 23rd. I see somebody on here. It's the person you booked. Her Big Mammy Jerry.
Oh, Big Mama
Jerry.
Oh. It's gonna be an interesting episode.
It's gonna be a turned up episode. You can tell her she gotta send some song. Make sure she emails some songs. She ain't some. I sent her that request. She ain't approve it. But so I just want her to approve it so it's on her calendar and shit. We'll be back in the studio for show.
Yeah.
Next week. We gotta turn it up. But yeah, make sure she email you some music or me some music so I can have at least 2 tracks and shit. I seen one video she had naked in them with them pasties on. I just want to find a good music in there, motherfucker. We ain't got to play the video. We can do the goddamn song. It don't even matter. But, man, I hope y'all, y'all seem to kick it with us. We had a lot of people kicking with us tonight, man. We ain't been back. I wrote down on my goal board. I'm finna do a vision board soon, man. We're going to get more. We finna level up the show, man, this year. I don't like feeling stagnant. Yeah. I don't like feeling like, I'm finna do another episode. I need to get back to what made me create this.
Yeah.
So we gonna bring back some heavy eating shit, man. I'm finna get back in these streets with this media, all that type of shit, man. 2024 gonna be a level up real crazy. If I can get that studio rearranged the way I want to so we could be on that couch in one seat, that's how I want to do it. I want one camera angle.
I say let's go down there on one day that's not a Tuesday. That's
what I gotta do, bro. That's what I gotta do. Yeah, because we can all it is getting the mics moved for real. Yeah. Mics for real stands, and or we get that shit where we move one mic to one side of the table. We got 3 people, the camera's just coming on this side. Yeah. So we gonna make it do what it do. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be the next episode, but it's gonna happen soon, man. I just need y'all asses to keep tapping in, keep sharing this shit.
Hey, if your ass wanna pull up on the show, if you wanna be on the show, you got something to talk about, nigga, hit our line.
Facts. If you want to be a guest, man, just inbox either one of us. We're gonna start doing more episodes with just me and him too, because we always get some good episodes. We know we gonna talk. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna get back to some more, maybe once a month, man, or once every other month. We do a free fall, pull up. We're just gonna talk. But if you pull up, you got to come with a topic to talk about. Don't just show up. We're not interviewing you. We may talk about what you're doing, let you tell what you're doing, get your brand off, get what you do off, but bring us something that we could discuss to the table. And if you could, it ain't got to be sent to me beforehand. You could just bring it up at the table. We'll have a general outline per usual, but you just toss out what you got going, man.
Yeah, let's have a powwow. I've already been told, bro. I think we're gonna have to bring we're gonna have to have a man like one of them nights where it's the battle of the sexes, bro. We're gonna have to.
Ooh, I'm with it.
I've been watching them. You know that show they always show it on Facebook where the couple dudes and the couple females.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a little battle of the sexes night.
Dog. Yeah, I'm with it, man. We can definitely do that shit, man. But I didn't even think we was gonna be on here 2 hours. I was gonna be honest, Bree here. I hear her starting to go off upstairs, so like I gotta go put my papa foot down real quick because niggas is playing. But man,
my whole semester starts tomorrow. I ain't did shit.
Look, I was hoping we didn't have to go to school, but I ain't got no SLPS phone call, so hopefully the kids don't come to school tomorrow because their parents think it's too cold. But man, I appreciate y'all ashy asses as always. Make sure y'all tapping us every Wednesday from 8:30 till I'm gonna stop saying 8:30 to 10. I'm gonna say 8:30 until beyond. Yep. Because we always go past the set time, and as always,
it's 10:30, so we actually did good tonight.
We a little bit on brand tonight. We under 2. I started a little late because I knew you was coming. Late, so I tried to push it off, so we ain't hit the 2 hour mark tonight. But man, as always, we postal podcasting this shit. Rain, sleet, or snow.
We in this hole.
We gonna give you that heat, man. As always, I'm your boy Nico the Great.
Man, it's the Past Master,
and we on episode number motherfucking 22.
Deuce.
A whole damn mess. We out this thing, y'all.